Hello and welcome to today's slow flow sequence. You maybe can't tell from this video angle, but I have set my mat up a little bit closer to a wall for today's practice. When we get to the balance portion of today's flow, I'm going to talk about how to use the wall to really aid us as we work on the specific balance pose we're going to be doing. So you might want to set your mat up either close to a wall, or maybe now just sort of identify where you might use the wall when we get to that section of the practice. I also have a block for not only that balance pose we're going to work on, but also I'm going to show you a couple of places throughout the flow where you might want to make use of a block to make the flow a little more accessible or more comfortable. So as usual, feel free to get sort of settled in, start some nice, slow, relaxing music for the practice, and we'll get started. We're going to start today in Shavasana. So we'll roll all the way down. And sometimes when we Shavasana at the beginning of class, it's more comfortable to have the feet planted on the mat, maybe letting those knees fall forward. So feel free to try that, or if regular Shavasana is comfortable, with the legs long down the mat, feel free, of course, to do that. It's your practice. I want you to be comfortable. And then blinking the eyes closed, bringing that focus to the breath, slowing it down, inhaling deeply in through the nose, sending it all the way down into the belly. And then just as slowly exhaling out through the nose. Letting the body relax, letting the mind clear, and just giving yourself that permission to be fully present for practice. The next inhale, we're going to reach those fingertips up overhead. We're going to slide those feet long down the mat, pointing the toes away. Nice full body stretch. Just finding our full length. Then inhale, let's squeeze that right knee into chest. And inhale, we'll switch legs. So sending that right leg long down the mat. Inhaling to squeeze the left knee in. Keeping the face and shoulders relaxed. And inhale, let's squeeze both knees into chest and maybe massage out that spine a little bit. That whole back connecting with the mat. Rocking right to left. We're going to switch directions with that rocking. So now going forward and back just enough to get a little bit of momentum. Bring ourselves up to that nice, easy seat. And let's inhale, sweep those arms up overhead. Exhale, we'll bring that right hand behind us, left hand to that right knee. Nice tall spine. And then exhaling into that twist. Inhale, we'll come up through center with those hands and arms. And exhale, we'll go off to the left hand behind, right hand to that left knee. Inhale, we'll sweep the arms up. Exhale, let's bring them down in front and maybe walk or slide those hands out until we find just a nice stretch, and then we can release the head and neck in between the arms. We're going to leave the right hand where it is. But inhale, we're going to try to sweep that left arm open and back, not forcing anything, just finding a nice open arm twist. Exhale, bringing that left hand back down and inhaling to open the right. Exhaling, release. One last breath here in this fold. And inhaling to walk or slide those fingers back up. And we'll make our way to tabletop. So this is the hands and knees. Making sure to bring those wrists back under the shoulders. You don't want them too far out, right underneath those shoulders. And we'll find cat-cows. So on that inhale, lifting the gaze, dropping the belly button. And exhaling to round the spine, push that mat away. Inhaling into cow. Exhaling, cat. Inhaling cow, last one. Exhaling, cat. Coming back to neutral, we're going to thread the needle. So inhale, we're going to sweep that right arm all the way up and open. Exhale, we're going to slide that arm, palm up, all the way under and through, bringing that right ear down toward the mat. You can walk that left hand toward the top of the mat, or you can bind it behind the back. We'll replace that left hand so we can press into it, sweeping that right arm all the way up and open, and exhaling, release. Coming to the other side, we'll inhale, open the left. Exhale, open palm, we'll slide it under and through, bringing the left ear down this time. And again, feel free to walk that right arm up toward the top of the mat or bind it behind the back. Inhale, we'll bring that right hand back so we can plant, pushing into it, lifting that left arm all the way up, and exhaling, release. On that next inhale, we're going to walk those hands up, big number 5 hands. We're going to press into the pads of the fingers, tuck those toes, and exhale ourselves into that first down dog, pedaling out the feet about hips distance apart, finding just that nice length in the legs, length in the back. Inhale, we're going to look up at those hands, and we're going to walk toward the top of the mat, finding an exhale and ragdoll when we get there. Just grabbing opposite elbows so that we can hang as heavy as possible, letting gravity do the work here. If you want to sway a little side to side, we'll release the hands down toward the mat, and we'll slowly roll ourselves up. Finding that mountain pose. Nice, tall, grounded mountain. Making sure all 4 corners of the feet are growing roots into the mat. The spine is tall and long, but the shoulders are relaxed. Inhale, we'll sweep those arms up. Exhale, we're going to reach those fingertips toward the left, opening up that right side body. Inhale, we'll bring those fingertips up toward center, and exhale, reach to the right. Inhaling up to center. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, the hands to the shins, really having a nice flat back here. Exhale, fold. Inhale to sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms up one more time. Exhale, fold. Inhaling for that halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhaling up nice and tall. We'll take those lateral stretches one more time. Exhale, reach for the left. Inhaling center. Exhaling, reach for the right. Inhaling back up nice and tall. Exhale, hinge and fold. This time we'll bend the knees, plant those hands. We'll step back to find a nice plank, high plank or modified. Either one, just make sure that core is engaged. Those hips are nice and low. Exhale, we'll lower down, send those elbows straight back. Inhale, lift the chest for baby cobra. Exhale, tuck those toes, press straight up and back, down dog. Inhale, look up at the hands. We'll walk toward the top of the mat. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Plant those hands. Find your plank. Really pressing that mat away. Exhale, lowering down, those elbows back along the body. Inhale, lift for baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, down dog. Inhale, look up at the hands. Walk to the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, fold. Plant those hands. Find that plank. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lifting the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, down dog. Inhale, look up at the hands, step or walk to the top of the mat, and we'll exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. We're going to leave the right foot. Take a nice big step back with that left leg. And we're going to lower the left leg down to the mat. With that front right knee over the front right ankle. Really breathing into that back left leg here in the low lunge. If it's comfortable, you can come up to the top of the right leg. We're going to find an easy twist next. So you can bring the left hand all the way down to the mat. This is also where that block can come in handy. If it's a little more comfortable to place that left hand on the block, to then open up the right arm, gazing up toward that right hand if possible. Inhaling, we'll bring that right hand back down. We're going to tuck the back left toe. And we're going to rise up into that crescent lunge. Taking our time. Relaxing the shoulders. Nice bend in the right leg. Pressing into the ball. That back left foot. Inhale, we're going to seal that back foot down, parallel to the back of the mat. Right heel draws a line to the arch of that back left foot. We come back to the bend in that right knee. Arms are extended, the fingers reaching away from one another, but the shoulders relaxed. Warrior two. Inhale, flip that front palm over. Bring it up and back. Slide that left hand down the back leg. Reverse. Inhale, we're going to bring that right hand down toward the inside of that right knee and just reach up and out with that top of the left hand, as if you're trying to lift this left side body up toward that ceiling. Again, the gaze up toward the left hand if possible. Inhale, find reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, windmill those hands. We're going to try to come all the way down to frame that front right foot. And exhale, slide or step it back. Down dog. Inhale, look up at the hands. Step or walk to the top of the mat. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. We're going to step the right foot back. And then when we find that lunge, we're going to lower the right leg down. And stacking left knee over ankle. Coming up to the top of that left leg if that's comfortable. Really sinking the front of that right leg down toward the mat. Finding that easy twist, so planting that right hand on the mat or that block and opening up the left, gazing up toward the top hand. Inhale, bring that right hand back down. Tuck the right toes, rooting down, rising up, finding crescent lunge. Doing great. Keep those deep breaths. Inhale, we're going to seal that back foot down. Find those warrior two feet and arms, really sinking down into it. Keep the tailbone tucked. Pull that belly button in toward the spine. Inhale, flip that front palm. We'll find reverse warrior. Inhale, we're going to bring that left hand down toward the inside of the left leg, and we'll reach and extend that right arm up toward the sky. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, we're going to windmill those hands. Frame that front foot. Exhale, step or slide it back. Down dog. Inhale, look up at the hands. Step or walk to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice job. We're going to move to that wall now with our block for a little balance work today. Working on half moon. So we're going to bring, let's start with the left side up against that wall. We're going to put the block on its tallest side, and there in front of us, that left foot lining up behind the block, that left shoulder kind of grazing up against the wall. We're going to inhale nice and tall, and on that exhale, we're going to hinge forward from the hips. We're going to let that right leg go up. we're going to reach toward that block. And as we make contact with the block, we're going to open that right hip, flexing that foot so that the toes point out. And we're going to use the wall here to help us find that half center. That wall won't let us fall over. So we can find our half moon. Really working to fully extend the arm up the wall, maybe working on sending the gaze up toward that top hand. Really extending the leg, flexing the foot, opening the hip, all of those components while we use that friend, the wall. Couple more breaths here. Inhaling slowly back down. Take your time. And we'll do the other side. So we'll bring that right shoulder up against the wall. Bring that block down in front. Always starting nice and tall. Exhale, we'll hinge forward. So now that left leg up, the right arm down. Find that block, feel the wall. Open that hip, flex that foot, open that left hand. That same idea we were doing in the sequence, trying to lift out of that side body. Let that wall help support you, help you find that halfway point. Doing great. Couple more breaths. And we'll slowly, gently release. And we'll come back to our mat. Maybe roll the shoulders, circle the hips, take any sort of movements that you want to here after that balance pose. And then we'll get down onto the mat to cool down. So we'll inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Find one last down dog. Just kind of comparing it to that first one. Hopefully this one's a little easier. Feel a little longer, a little stronger. And we'll lower those knees. And we'll come to just a nice, easy seat. Bringing the soles of the feet together. We'll inhale a nice tall spine. Exhale, hinging forward, trying to keep that nice flat back as long as we can. And then exhaling into the fold. Inhaling slowly to come up. Let's send the left leg out long. We'll plant the right foot on either side of the knee. Sweep that right hand behind. You can either hold the right knee or bring that left elbow to the outer part of the right knee, finding the twist. Keeping that nice tall spine. Inhale, we'll come back to center. Bring the sole of that right foot to the inside, that left leg. Inhaling nice and tall. Exhaling to hinge and fold. Exhaling into this stretch, trying to sink the chest toward the top of the leg. Inhale, we'll slowly come up, and we'll do the other side. So we'll send the right leg out, plant that foot, that left foot on either side of the knee, coming to our nice twist. Again, inhaling tall, exhaling twist. Inhaling back to center, planting that left foot on the inside of the leg. Inhaling tall, exhaling fold. Inhaling up. We'll plant the feet and we'll roll all the way down. Coming back to connecting that back in the mat. Relaxing the shoulders down the mat. And let's make sure our feet are about hips distance apart. On our inhales, we're going to think about pressing firmly into both feet, lifting the hips up toward the ceiling, and exhaling to slowly roll back down. If you want to add arms, you can. So on the inhale, you press the hips up, you sweep the arms up overhead, and on the exhale, you sweep everything back down, nice and slow. Inhaling up, and exhaling down. Inhaling up, and exhaling down. Let's do one more. Really using that full inhale to press up, and the exhale to lower down. And let's just windshield wiper those knees a little bit, back and forth. Exhaling to one side, inhaling up through center, and exhaling off to the other side. Just loosening up the lower back a little bit before we find our Shavasana. And when you're about even, we'll come back to center. We'll take one more full body stretch, inhaling the arms up overhead, pointing those toes away, lengthening the body, and then just as you're ready, exhaling, bringing the arms down, letting those feet relax and fall open. Slowing the breath back down, maybe even thinking about trying to let the exhales last just a beat or two longer than your inhales. Just signaling to the body that we're cooling down, we're relaxing. Imagining all the tension leaving the body with each of those exhales. Feeling heavier and heavier with each breath. Soaking in the good of our practice. And feel free to stay here as long as you would like or need today. But if you're ready, we'll gently roll to one side. Pausing just a moment or two here to seal in that practice. Maybe use a few final inhales and exhales to inhale in the good of the practice and to exhale out anything here onto the mat we don't want to take with us. And when you're ready, we'll meet in seated. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. The light in me greets, honors, and bows to the light in you. Namaste.